Well, it has been quite some time since I last appeared on YouTube, but guys, I am back. It's 2023. I am so happy to be here. I miss doing this on a regular basis, sharing my love for movies with all of you. I knew for a fact I could not leave 2022 without talking about my favorite movies of the year. Now you're probably wondering, where have I been? Well, I decided to post a majority of my movie content on Instagram instead of YouTube just because of time. It takes a while to make content weekly on YouTube. I mean, sometimes I'll spend hours just editing videos, and I realize that Instagram is a little bit easier just to put a review out here and there, as well as a couple of movie edits for fun. It's nothing crazy compared to a few of the edits I've had to make on YouTube. I've probably spent thousands of hours creating content for YouTube over the years, and I realized that Instagram is just an easier way to share my love of movies with you guys. And now moving forward, I hope I can still make a good amount of content on YouTube, but I do want to focus my movie review side of things on Instagram for the time being until I can find a good flow and make content equally on both YouTube and Instagram, but that's the way it's going to go for now. Probably most of my movie reviews will happen over on Instagram, whereas some of my video essays, like I usually do, as well as my rankings, will happen here on YouTube. I just won't be posting as much as I used to, but the content is going to get better here on YouTube compared to the content I used to make. Anyway, let's talk about 2022 in film. I know there were several movies I saw since the last time I reviewed a film here on YouTube, and this was a solid year for movies. I enjoyed a good 20 to 25. I easily could have put any of those films in my top 10, but obviously I had to narrow it down to 10 films that were my favorite of the year. And it was not easy deciding which of those 25 films were my 10 favorite, but I finally decided which 10 I loved the most. And you know what? Let's just dig right into it. Here are my top 10 favorite movies of 2022. Starting with number 10. X is number 10. I love how this felt like an old school slasher, paying homage to 70s horror. It feels like this movie could have been made back then. There are plenty of scary elements, a few surprising turn of events, and multiple satisfying kills. Even if this is not the best movie I've ever seen, in fact, it's pretty simple, I enjoyed the heck out of it. Number 9. 9 is Everything Everywhere All at Once. This is easily the most unique movie of the year. The performances all around are great, led by Michelle Yeoh, and has an incredible first act with several puzzles worth unraveling from there on out. I had a blast with Everything Everywhere All at Once. Number 8. Number 8 is Barbarian. I just knew I would love this movie. I had a feeling. Not only is this the scariest movie I saw in 2022, but it's maybe the best looking horror movie of the last 5 years. Between the cinematography and blocking, the film looks incredible. I love just about everything Barbarian had to offer, plus it was great seeing Justin Long return to a bigger movie role. That was worth the wait. Number 7. Number 7 is Ambulance. Nobody else has this on their top 10 list, but personally, I think this might be Michael Bay's best movie. It's by no means a masterpiece, but was I highly entertained the entire movie? Yes. It's non-stop, constantly moving. The two leads are very good. There's a variety of exciting action. This is what Heat should have been. An unpopular opinion, but I don't care. I don't think this movie is good, but I think Ambulance is. Number 6. 6 is The Northmen. I don't think I've seen a film with as much testosterone as The Northmen. This film is glowing with big muscles and angry men looking for a fight. It has spectacular visuals, camera work, action, and suspense, but most importantly, the story works. And Alexander Skarsgård gave one of the best performances of 2022. That man loves to yell in this movie, and he's also responsible for me going to the gym more often and working out from home. Props to you, Alexander Skarsgård. Thank you. Number 5. Number 5 is Don't Worry, Darling. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. This movie sucks. But I respectfully disagree. I thought this movie was really good. Florence Pugh, of course, puts on a show. But it's the mystery element of Don't Worry, Darling that sold me on this movie. They do a great job at keeping you on the edge of your seat until the finale, and the ending reveal doesn't disappoint. I don't understand why people hate this movie so much, other than the fact that Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles are kind of scumbags. But I gotta admit, Olivia Wilde did a good job directing this movie, and Harry Styles wasn't bad at acting in it either. Number 4. Number 4 is All Quiet on the Western Front. In terms of films that show the repercussion of war and the effect killing can have on a human soul, this is at the very top. The film follows our protagonist with such tender and care. We see how his excitement quickly declines as the film progresses, and it's done masterfully. For that reason alone, All Quiet on the Western Front makes my top 5 favorites of the year. But it's not only that. I mean, this movie has beautiful cinematography. It blows my mind just how good this movie looks. I wish I saw it in theaters. And also, despite the performances being as good as they are, and maybe the best part of this movie, I loved how the film captured these World War I sequences. It's unlike any other modern-day take on a World War I event that I've seen before. Number 3. Number 3 is Avatar: The Way of Water. We waited 13 years for an Avatar sequel and finally got it. This is hands down the most epic movie of the year. The special effects are mind-blowing. It's highly entertaining for most of the movie, and while it's a tad too long, I didn't mind because the film is breathtaking to look at. From an action, story, and performance standpoint, it works too, and while there are some missteps along the way, I love this movie. It could have made up for the 3 hours by making this a non-stop thrill ride from beginning to end. And there are some slow scenes that are unnecessary. It could have been cut down to under 3 hours. We all know this. Maybe if they cleaned up their mistakes, I would have liked this even more than the first one. And that one will probably always remain king out of however many Avatar movies we get in the future, but this was another job well done by James Cameron. I can't wait to see what the third film has to offer. Number 2. Number 2 is 13 Lives. There's no movie this year I was more disappointed about not getting a chance to see in theaters than 13 Lives. Based on the true story of when a Thai soccer team got trapped in a cave after record levels of rain and a rescue mission ensued. This movie is very accurate to the real life event. It has a spectacular cast led by Viggo Mortensen, Colin Farrell, and Joel Edgerton. Everyone is great from top to bottom in the cast. The story is the best of the year. It's great from an emotional standpoint, and it puts you on the edge of your seat for over 2 hours. If Ron Howard stuck to making movies based on true events like Apollo 13, A Beautiful Mind, Rush, and now 13 Lives, he would never miss his mark. Number 1. But you guessed it, number 1 is Top Gun Maverick. Everyone saw this coming. I feel like most people have this at the top of their list this year, and rightfully so. Top Gun Maverick is one of the greatest sequels in cinematic history. It far and away surpasses the original. This film was so important to the movie industry post-pandemic. If it weren't for movies like Spider-Man: No Way Home and Top Gun Maverick, and now, of course, Avatar: The Way of Water, we might not have movie theaters right now because movie theaters have not been doing good. But Top Gun Maverick this past summer brought us all back to seeing films we love on the big screen and films that are meant to be seen on the big screen. You already know I love the movie's action and cinematography, plus Cruise back as Maverick, who's great, but the relationship aspect of the film between Maverick and Rooster may be the best part. And I teared up at the last scene, as all people should, and that, my friends, is a cinematic chef's kiss if there ever was one. Alright everyone, and that was my top 10 favorite movies of 2022. Again, not an easy list to make, but I did it. From May onward, I knew for a fact that Top Gun Maverick was going to be my favorite movie of the year. Nothing even came close to that movie, but we did have plenty of good films this year, and I'm very excited for 2023. Hopefully it has even more variety of great films to offer. So what's your top 10 list of the year, guys? And in terms of 2023 movies, what's your most anticipated? You guessed mine already. It's pretty obvious. Yeah, it's Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. What else would it be? I love Maverick. I love Fallout. And I hopefully will love this next Mission Impossible movie. So like I said, I've been making a lot of content on my Instagram page. I would love if you guys could follow me on there too, because I do a majority of my reviews on there now. So please give it a follow. I make tons of content monthly, and I will still be doing that for the time being. So thanks, guys, to all of you who have stuck around through the last 6.5 years watching my content, and I wish you all a very happy new year. We'll see how this year goes. I'm anticipating a great 2023. Hopefully it's the best year of my life as well as for all of you. And of course, as always, if you are new to my channel, click the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.